How do you overcome an existential crisis? Now, maybe some of you are not even having an existential crisis right now, and you're wondering why you're watching this. Well, you can still learn a lot from this video. You'll understand deeper about the self, how to get rid of the ego, and really get at the root cause of what's causing everything you're doing, what's at the root cause of all the negative, dark emotions, as well as the good ones. Through the dark night of the soul or existential crisis, you can go and you can accelerate this process of getting at the root cause. I would argue that having the existential crisis as early as possible is the best thing that could happen in your life. Why do I say so? Because most people, they will have this crisis when they're 35, 40, 45 years old, when they realize that they've worked their whole life doing something they don't like, and they get to that point and they tell themselves, oh shit, oh fuck, I don't like what I do. At 45 or like 50, some people that they're in their deathbed, they're like, wow, I messed up my life. What is the meaning now? Now that I'm on my deathbed, what is the meaning? And that is the most tragic of things. I don't want this to happen to you. So if you can have the existential crisis as soon as possible, once you have it, then you can transcend it, go somewhere beyond that. You can go beyond just the, oh my God, what's my meaning? You can go beyond that and see the truth for yourself. Live in accordance to your truth as soon as possible. How do you overcome an existential crisis? Simply put, accept that life is meaningless, that you're gonna die, and that it doesn't matter at the end. How do you solve this? Well, first of all, you have to stop seeing this as a quote-unquote problem, but start seeing it as a realization. That's what it is. It's not a crisis. It's not something negative. It's not something you have to fight through. It's something that you have to accept. You're only realizing the truth here. The only fight, the only problem that you create it in your own mind. The problem doesn't really exist anywhere else but in your own mind. You created the problem, but you're not the problem. This problem of, I don't know who I am, I have to find myself, you've invented this. First of all, what is an existential crisis? You could see it as a midlife crisis, dark night of the soul. There's different names for it, and they're not exactly the same. But they're all along the same lines. Not knowing where you are, not knowing where you stand, not knowing who you are, not knowing what your purpose is, not finding meaning in what you do, not finding the joy in what you used to like to do, seeing basically the whole existence as pointless. And the root cause could be depression, isolation, loneliness, but mostly just an overall feeling of not feeling satisfied with where life is heading right now. Now, you might think that this is a bad thing, that, oh fuck, I gotta get out of this stupid shit. But actually, it's something good. It's something amazing. Usually, we're all stuck in that same paradigm for years. For years, we believe this will bring us happiness, or that will bring us happiness. Getting girls will give me happiness. Getting money will give me happiness. Getting this business handle will give me happiness. Getting this prize, whatever, is gonna give me happiness. And we believe for a long ass fucking time that this is the truth. And then at some point will come the time where all of this will crash down. You'll realize that this is not the answer, that even though you used to love doing what you were doing, that it has no meaning because you're gonna die anyway, and all this existential questioning. What's happening is you're just learning to get at the root cause of things. You're learning to really get deep down into the root of your psyche, of your dark side, of the demons that you haven't faced, but that you can face now. So really, it's not a problem. As I said, it's a realization. Let me explain the existential crisis in my own words. An existential crisis happens when your meaning becomes meaningless, when your purpose seems purposeless, when your life becomes lifelessness. It's just, there's nothing there. And you don't know who you are anymore. And your identity is crashed into pieces. and you're struggling for your identity. You're struggling to try to find it, and you just look for it. You're looking for it. You're looking for it outside, and then you keep looking for it outside, and it doesn't work. So you start looking inside. And the more you look inside, the more you realize that there's nothing to find there. The deeper you dig into yourself, the deeper you go past those labels that you used to call yourself. That you used to call yourself a pickup artist, an engineer, a student, a lawyer, whatever you call yourself, an artist, doesn't matter. And the deeper you go, the deeper you realize that none of those things are you. None of those things are you. And then it freaks you out because you keep looking and keep looking and keep looking and trying to find an identity for yourself. But there's just, as you try to gather the pieces together, you realize there's actually no pieces to hold on to. And your hands are just left empty with absolutely nothing but the void. You know, I say my name is John K, but obviously it's not my name. We love to put names on things. We wish that we were something, right? We always try to be something, to become something. And that's at the root cause of our suffering, that we're always trying to run towards becoming something. While there's nothing to become. You're just becoming a name. You're chasing after a piece of paper with your name on it. Whatever you're chasing for a degree, you're chasing for a piece of paper with your name on it. You're chasing for recognition. You're chasing for a piece of metal with like your name engraved in it, you know, that looks like this nice cone shape, whatever. You want to call that a trophy? I call that a piece of metal. That's sort of what you're chasing after. Now you might be saying, no dude, it's the recognition with the prize. No dude, it's the knowledge with the piece of paper. No dude, it's like the journey along the way to get to that prize. Sure man, I get it. And those things are amazing. Knowledge is amazing. Recognition is also amazing, let's face it. Those things are great, but those things are not you. Those things do not change the fact that you will die at the end of this life. That everything you've achieved, they will just crumble down. Oh well, I want to have this legacy, man. I want people to remember my name when I'm dead. I want my children, my grandchildren to remember me. Well, why are you worried about legacy? Legacy is about living after you're dead. Why are you worried about living after you're dead if you're not even living right now? You're not even enjoying the present moment. If we keep worrying about our legacy, about the future when we'll be dead, we're basically putting more importance on our own death and more importance on the future that doesn't exist more than the present moment. So you're wondering about, where am I going to be in the future? What is my direction in life? As you're living right now, you're building your direction. That's what life is about. You're building your direction. It doesn't matter if you don't know exactly your direction right now. It doesn't matter. You're building a direction. As long as you're building it, you will find your way. Don't worry about it, man. Or woman. Don't worry about it, man or woman. When you're having this realization, listen to the message it's trying to tell you. When you're looking out the window and you're wondering, what the fuck is the meaning of life? Why am I doing all this shit if like at the end, no one's gonna care and I'm not even gonna care, right? Why am I doing all this? Why am I in all this pickup shit if girls are not making me happy and I keep chasing after them? Why do I keep working so hard if too much money, I don't know what even the fuck to do with it? What is the meaning of all this? I'm just chasing after this degree. If I know that after this degree, I'll be doing some shit for the rest of my life that I don't even like, what's the point of this? Or even, I love what I do, but even if I love what I do, and even if some people are impacted, at some point it'll just, my work will just be gone forever. So why the fuck does it matter that I love it? This gets really freaky, right? Even if you love your girlfriend, you love your family, they'll be gone someday. And it doesn't fucking matter. What it comes down to is we're afraid of our own death. We're afraid of dying. We don't want to die. So our legacy is basically we're trying to escape death through this idea that we will be remembered. Legacy is our way of escaping death. Legacy is our way of putting an imprint on the world, right? We want to mean something. If it's not legacy in the future, we just want to be meaningful now. Maybe you don't care about legacy, but one thing we all care about is to be meaningful now, right? To make an imprint on people now. If you don't care about that, then maybe you just want to be happy. And then you want to be happy now. And then you're telling yourself, well, my happiness is meaningless anyways. The problem as human beings is that we're always trying to look for significance. We're always trying to find meaning in everything we do. We're trying to find meaning in learning pickup. We're trying to find meaning in our art, in our work, whatever, right? We're trying to find meaning in self-development, telling ourselves, we're growing, we're men now, we're strong women. Significance and meaning is something we invented out of the human ego, of wanting to be important, of wanting to exist, of wanting to be something. Well, let me tell you this. Why do you want to be something and why do you want to be someone? Can you still live your life fully without being something? Do you have to put a name on what you're doing? Do you have to tell yourself, I'm the best in the world, I'm number one? Do you have to put a rank of where you are at, right? Does that rank give you a significance to know that, oh, you're the best artist in the world, you're the best pianist in the world, you're the best pickup artist in the world, you're the best? Does that give you more meaning? What is that comparison doing to you? We've created significance out of a need to exist, a need to matter, a need to be acknowledged by other people, to be acknowledged by ourselves. If you didn't, or if you did, would that change anything? If you could be happy regardless, and if I could teach you to be happy regardless, would you take it? Or would you rather hold on to your ego of wanting to be significant? Why do you want to be significant? Nothing is significant. When you were a child, when you were playing, when you were at elementary school, did you care about whether your actions had meaning or not? Do you think the squirrel that just squirrels around your backyard, do you think he or she cares about whether his or her actions are meaningless? He'll go get acorns and then he'll fuck his female squirrel in the asshole to reproduce. Do you think there's meaning in that, or is he just doing it because it's pleasurable? If as children we could live without meaning, why do we need meaning now? Hypothetically, imagine an eagle was flying and you could just fly next to it. And then you ask the eagle, "Eagle, what the fuck are you doing? What's the meaning of life?" And then the eagle would be like, "What? What do you mean, meaning of life? The meaning is here. The meaning is now. What do you mean, meaning? Whatever I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to tell you. Whatever you're doing, you're doing. Now, why does it matter if it matters or not? Mattering or not mattering, you can still do what you love. Significant or insignificant, you can still do what you love. Whether people see it or not, whether you have an impact, whether you have a legacy or whatever, as long as you can do what you love, as long as you can live in accordance to your values, why does it matter? Even with values, why do those values even matter? Think about having anal sex. When you're having anal sex, you're not reproducing, you're not spreading your legacy, you're not spreading your genes, you're not making children, right? So then maybe, maybe if you made children, you could argue, yeah, it has meaning because we're reproducing as a species. But when you're having anal sex, you're not even reproducing. You're not doing shit. You're just having pleasure. So that's kind of how I see life. I'm not saying we have to be Epicureans and just go for pleasure after pleasure. I'm just saying maybe that's kind of what life is, like anal sex. Like, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's a good analogy, maybe a bad one. Who gives a fuck? Anal sex, bitches. So another tip for you for this existential crisis is to stop trying to solve it. Stop trying to solve it. Why? Because first of all, it's not a problem, it's a realization. And a realization, there's nothing to solve. You're realizing that life is not as meaningful as you thought it was. That meaning is just invented by our own egos to feel more important, to aggrandize what we're doing. Actually, the more you try to solve it, grasp an identity that's not there, the more you look and the more you look and the more you look, the least you'll find. The only thing you'll find is a void of emptiness or nothingness. And that might sound dark to you. Maybe you think like, well, why is he so pessimistic that there's nothing to find? Actually, it's a beautiful thing. It's not a pessimistic thing at all. The fact that the deeper you go, the least you find. It's a beautiful thing. It means you don't have to be attached to who you are, because we don't need to know who we are. We are just this whatever nothingness, right? If you don't believe me, investigate right now. Close your eyes or whatever. Whatever. Keep your eyes open. Look at your thoughts. Right? Observe your thoughts. Right now, maybe you just had a thought of, oh, I need to feed my dog. Fuck. Oh, fuck, I gotta take a shit. Whatever you're thinking about. Fuck, I wanna get laid. What is he talking about, this shit? What the fuck? Listen to it. Are you creating those thoughts? Or the thoughts are just happening to you? Now, who are creating those thoughts? If there's anyone creating those thoughts, who is that person? Is it your brain? Is it a part behind your brain, behind the eyes? We don't fucking know, right? Neurons firing, what's behind the neurons? Cells, what's behind the cells? Protons and neutrons, what's behind the protons and neutrons? Quartz, what's behind the quartz? Who the fuck knows, man? Who the fuck knows? Even if you look at atoms are made of what, like 95% emptiness? So guess what? If you're trying to find yourself, all you will find is that emptiness. Probably. I'm just guessing here. Sure, maybe you want to go into like an epic philosophical rant that you matter, that you are something. But if you actually investigate, like, no one has ever found out who we actually are. Trying to look up philosophy, whatever, like, or spiritual work. No one really figured who we are. Maybe we're God, maybe we're the eternal. We have like those amazing words to describe it, but whatever we are, we don't fucking know, and we don't need to know. Sure, maybe you need to know, right? Because knowing who you are is a very subjective experience, but whatever. The point being is, it's not necessary to just try to grasp to something. You can just be everything you fucking want. Look, this emptiness that you are, it can be anything you fucking want, man. Anything. You don't have to be whatever identity you set yourself as. You don't have to, man. If I could tell you that you could be anything right now, you don't have to be this type of person with this name and this story, with this background, with those skill sets and those abilities and those personality traits and this family, right? Because probably in your head right now, you have this sort of furniture with like a bunch of drawers, and in each drawer, you put things in there. Oh, this is my story. Oh, this is my money. This is my business. This is how much friends I have. This is my purpose. This is my health, right? You have all those things. But what if you could take all those things, crush them down, not crush them, not destroy them, but I'm saying, if you could just stop identifying with them. See, that's the realization of the existential crisis. And it's not a problem. It's a beautiful thing. I want to talk about the common things that the mainstream will tell you. They tell you, oh, you're having this midlife crisis? Well, go find meaning. Go find who you are. Go on a trip. Go read a book. But the way that the whole approach to it is they're basically saying, oh, your ego has been shattered. Take your ego back and build it in another way. They're not getting at the root cause, right, of the existential nature of the crisis. They're just telling you basically to go into another direction and trying to find this meaning again. The answer to solve this crisis is not to find meaning, but to realize that you don't have to find it. Realizing that you are it right now. Whatever you're seeking, you are it. Whatever you're looking for, you are it. Whatever meaning you're trying to assign, whatever existence you're trying to assign, you are it. Why are you trying to find anything else? Whatever you're trying to find is right here. Not me, but like, you are it. Like I am it. That's what we're trying to find. Now this might sound abstract to you, like what? But dude, like think about it. Whatever crisis you're having, you still have your 2 feet on earth. You can still eat. You can still do what you love. So what if it doesn't have meaning? So the fuck what? What that crisis is doing to you is it's stripping away your ego, and you have to let it happen. So as your ego is stripped, then you can move past the crisis point and you can evolve. The beautiful thing after this is that once you get back to your purpose, once you get back to doing what you love, you won't be doing it from a place of ego anymore. You won't be trying to prove yourself to the world, right? You won't try to impress people. You won't try to do all this shit. You won't try to find yourself through it, to define your image. No, you're not gonna try to get recognition or all this stupid shit. You're not gonna try to get a legacy or whatever. Who gives a fuck? You're gonna be doing it just to do it. Now this may sound weird for some of you that been doing your things for a reason for your whole life, right? Maybe some of you have been in the success with women thing for the sole purpose of having the fuck hot girls, right? And that's your meaning. And because of that, you just struggle for it and you chase after it and you run after it. And it's just this cycle of suffering because you're trying to find this meaning in that. You're telling me, oh, well, meaning is the root of all happiness. Haven't you read Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl? It was saying that you need meaning in your life. That meaning, that's what makes you happy. When you're desperate, it makes you happy. Sure, that could be a good point, but you can have this meaning. But with this meaning is not necessarily meaningful, right? Viktor Frankl, he was trying to survive for his wife that he didn't even know if she was dead or alive. That was his meaning. He was doing it for his wife. But his meaning was meaningless. But it gave him a purpose, a reason to live. I haven't read the whole thing, but I'm just speculating, like, what if it did matter and his wife was alive? Then, oh yeah, it had meaning, amazing. And then 10 years later, they die of whatever cancer, and then did that have meaning, right? If they died of cancer 10 years later, I don't fucking know, right? Like, essentially, we're all gonna be dead. So whatever meaning we assign, this meaning is gonna be dead with us. So, sure, meaning can bring happiness, but that meaning is meaningless. It's not a bad thing. It is what it is. Another cure for you could be to find this meaning in this meaninglessness we call life. Life is a meaningful process through a meaningless existence. It feels meaningful while you're in it. And you should embrace this illusory feeling of meaning, but it doesn't mean that it's meaningful. And you should accept that and love that. As a last exercise, If you suffer from severe depression and you have thoughts of self-harm, thoughts of suicide, please don't do it. But for those that are at least somehow mentally healthy, even if you're moderately depressed, whatever, I think you can still do it. I want you to contemplate your own death. Picture yourself in a grave, or picture yourself dying from a car accident. Picture yourself, someone shooting you in the face with a gun, and you're just dead. How does it feel? Is it scary? What if that happened to you and you were just dead and your family was around your grave and crying, mourning their loss, grieving that you were grieving your death? How would that feel? Think about it. By contemplating your own death, all of a sudden, you won't fear dying anymore. Because it's only when you faced your own death that you won't fear dying anymore. If you can go for living life to your fullest, if you focus on living life to the fullest, that's all that matters, even though it's meaningless, even though you're going to be dead someday. If you can live life to the fullest, that's all you have to do. And contemplating your own death, don't look at death as a scary thing, but look at death as something that's inevitable at some point. It'll be a new experience. We don't know what it is like. Accept it. Don't become attached to it. Don't become attached to either life or death. Don't judge any of the two. Don't judge whether life is better than death or death is better than life. Look at both as being two pieces of the same thing. Because in life, there's the potential of death. So in life, there is death. Death is already inside of you. Death is already part of you. Why do you keep fearing it? You are it. You are death. You are life. Death is inside of you. It's inside of you. And the more you run away from it, the more you run away from that void, the more miserable you'll be. The more your life will be just a struggling of trying to find the pieces again. So you have to stop right now and accept your own death and accept your own life. And when you're not afraid of death anymore, you can live your life to the fullest. I'm not saying I'm not afraid of death. I'm terrified of death. I'm terrified of it. I don't want to die. I want to live life to the fullest. And I'm doing this in hopes of someday conquering my fear of dying. So that when I'm on my deathbed, I don't have to worry about death. I will be on my deathbed and I'll tell myself, well, this was a life well lived. So now I'm ready to meet death. Because it seems like a mysterious, mystical experience that I've never experienced. Maybe this will happen to me in 80 years. I'll tell myself, oh, maybe it's time to die now. I'm over 100 years old, whatever. That's how you overcome an existential crisis. For more practical matters, I'll end with those simple tips. Go for a walk in nature, contemplate, face it fully, accept it. Don't try to run away from it. That's the best tip I can give you. And this is just a phase, by the way. The sadness, distress, the feeling of confusion and being lost, not having a direction. It'll all come back to normal soon. Hang in there and you'll be just fine. Trust me, by just shining light on the issue that you have at hand, the darkness will eventually just disappear on its own. But you have to be really patient and accept it, and you'll be just fine. Thank you guys for watching. This was a very fun video to make. Longer than I expected. A lot longer, but I guess it's a deep topic, right? But leave me your suggestions down below, because I read every single comment and I reply to every single comment. And the best suggestions, I'll probably make a video about it, because I really want to help you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.